Today's lesson is Quiz 8-1 Review. There are 6 questions on your quiz today, and let's go ahead and just quickly go through each one of them. So question number 1 is going to ask you to find the area of this parallelogram and make sure that you do include the correct units in your answer. Remember that the formula for the area of a parallelogram is base times height. Okay, and the one thing I need you to remember is that the base is going to be perpendicular to the height. So we're going to go ahead and find the base and the height in our picture. Now remember, the height of a parallelogram can either be a dotted line inside the parallelogram or a dotted line outside the parallelogram. And I'm going to find it by finding the 90 degrees. So here's my 90 degrees, and I'm just going to go straight up. That would be my height. Now the side of the parallelogram that is touching that is actually at the top. It's this one. But remember, in a parallelogram, this is also the base because the top and the bottom, the opposite sides are congruent. So whichever one you're going to use, they're both going to be 14. So I'm simply going to go ahead and say that it's 14 times 9, 126 meters squared would be my answer. All right, let's take a look at question number 2. Find the area of the triangle below. Be sure to include the correct unit in your answer. So I'm going to start with the formula, 1/2 times the base times the height. Same thing here. My base and my height have to be perpendicular, and the height in a triangle is going to be either inside or outside, and normally it is a dotted or dashed line. So here is my height, and that means this is my base. Why is the 15 there? Just to try to mess with you to see if you would use it. 1/2 times 23 times 7. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that in my calculator. Let me go ahead and show this to you guys. There we go. There's my Desmos calculator. Hold on a second. There's a way. Hold on, let me see if I can get that better. No. Anyways, 1/2 times 23 times 7. And it's going to go ahead and give it to me as a decimal. There is no indication that they want it as a fraction, but if they do want it as a fraction, you could just press the little circle and it will change it to a fraction for you. I'm going to say that Desmos will take that 80.5. So I'm going to go ahead and sweep that off to the side. Oops, there we go. And that's going to be my answer. 80.5 feet squared. Always pick the squared unit for area. All right, example number 3. Find the area of the figure. Sides meet at right angles. This means that this shape is a rectangle. And so I'm just going to use the formula base times height. I think I can put it right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to draw a straight line. Now, there's many ways that I can do this. I want to break it up into different rectangles. So I could break it up right here and make a rectangle here at the top. I could break it up right here and make a rectangle at the bottom. And then I would have this rectangle right here in the center. 3 different rectangles. 1, 2, 3, add them all up. But I could also just cut it right here, which would give me this rectangle right here, and then this larger rectangle right here. That gives me 1, 2 to do, and that's it. So that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do just 2 of them because it's going to be quicker. That's the only reason I chose it. Let me split it, and then I'm just going to go ahead and highlight my two rectangles. So here's my large rectangle. Okay, I need to find its base and I need to find its height. And then I'm going to have to find the base and the height of the smaller one, but I need a different color for it. Oh, let's do this darker purple. There we go for this one. Okay, so I've got to find the green one, I've got to find the area of the purple one, and I have to just add them together. All right, so the base of the green one, I'm going to say it's this right here. There's my base. There's my base. And for the height of the green one, I'm going to say it's this right here. So for the green one, I'm going to say 2 times 6, which is 12. All right, now for the purple one, I'm going to say that this is my base and then this is my height. So I'm going to say 3 times 1, which is 3. I'm going to go ahead and add those together and I get 15. We're talking about area. Oh, I guess it says it right there, square meters. There we go, 15. All right, question number 4 asks us to find the area of the trapezoid. Be sure to include the correct units. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to get my trapezoid formula, which is height times base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. Now, if you remember from that lesson, we talked about them being in the different colors. So I'm going to use my color to help me out. Remember, base 1 and base 2 are the two parallel sides, and the height is going to be this guy right here. Everything's labeled. Let's go ahead and start plugging in. 4, 5 plus 19 divided by 2. And so I'm just going to either grab the calculator that Alex provides for me, or I'm going to grab that scientific one that we just saw. Either way, I'm going to get 48 inches squared. All right. Question number 5 is going to ask me to find the area of the rhombus. The formula, remember, is D1 times D2 divided by 2. So remember, we talked about D1, and D1 is going to go something like this. Remember, we also talked about the two pieces of it being equal. D2 is going to be this guy right here, and remember, we talked about the two pieces of it being equal to each other as well. Now, they didn't label this, but take a look at what they have in, and I just stopped reading at in a rhombus, right? In rhombus ABCD below, AE is 10, so let's find AE. AE. So this piece is 10, which we know means this piece is 10, which we know means D2 equals 20. All right, hold on. Let's keep reading. And BE is 7. BE is 7. So if we know that this is 7, so we know this is 7. So that means we know that D1 is 14. 7 plus 7. Now we know what we needed to know for the area, and let's plug it in. 14 times 20 divided by 2, 140 centimeters squared. I was looking for that unit. There we go. All right, and our last question on the quiz today is going to say that a rectangle is removed from a right triangle. A rectangle is removed from a right triangle. Because it is saying that it is removed, that means we're going to subtract it. And since the rectangle's being removed from the right triangle, we're going to find the area of the triangle. Okay, we're going to find the area of the triangle. Then we're going to find the area of the rectangle, and we're going to subtract them. So here's my formula, and here's my formula. Now I need to be careful because these two B's are different. There's the base of the rectangle and there's the base of the triangle. So I need to be very careful and do them one at a time. And then I need to do the base, the heights. The heights are different as well. Now, for me, the rectangle is going to be easier to do than the triangle because I can see the rectangle right away. Let me go ahead and grab that orange highlighter and show you guys, here is the rectangle. And if I look at my rectangle, I'll do this, um, I can find my base, there it is, and my height, there it is. So I can go ahead and just say that it's 4 times 2, which is 8. Okay, now my triangle, my right triangle, let me grab this purple, would be this guy right here. There's my right triangle. And the base of the right triangle is going to be this part right here. Here's my base, and here's my height. I can already see that my height is 9, right? But my base across the bottom, I'm going to have to do some adding. Well, remember, this is a rectangle, so I have this, right? So I have 3 plus 4, 7 plus 2, 9. The base of my right triangle is 9. So I have 1/2 times 9 times 9. And if I put that in my calculator, I get this. Remember, we're just going to simply subtract because it was being removed. And so my area would be 32.5 feet squared. Good luck on your quiz, guys.